Hello. We are back with the ABC murders, and today we are hopefully going to figure out whodunit. Yeah, the game says that I'm about 67% of the way through, so I feel pretty confident that we can get that finished up today. Hello. And as always, let me know if sound levels are off or anything. I have to adjust my own sound. All right, here we go. Oh, before we go, recap. So in the first episode, Alice Asher was hit in the back of the head in Andover, and then Betty Bexel was strangled. Or no, Betty Bernard was strangled in Bexel, and then somebody whose name starts with a C was also murdered.
Donald Fraser is here. He insisted on waiting to see you.
That was in the second episode. And last time we provided medical services. Yes, so much drama. We provided medical services that we were not qualified to provide, and we snooped through this dude's whole house. I did put all the videos up on YouTube. You can find them under my name, Green Swamp Witch. I think the end of Thursday's stream might have got cut off. I know it cut off on Twitch, like it's missing, but it is on YouTube. If you want to watch it there. And thanks for being here. Okay, so we are here to interview Donald Fraser, or David Tennant as I call him.
This man is tired.
He always has dark circles under his eyes. I'm starting to think he just looks like that.
Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
All right, what do you want?
Mr. Poirot, I don't know why I'm here.
I'll listen to you.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Poirot, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Point out this is not a psychoanalyst's office. We're gonna we'll encourage him.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her around the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Yeah, that was quite a interesting conversation. How should his dream be interpreted?
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Grey to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her.
Everything about that situation is weird.
Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question.
Who is that? Okay, this is Thora Grey. This is the assistant of the guy whose name starts with C who was murdered. And she kissed that guy's brother the day he died. Everyone in this story is crazy. I'm not gonna remind her that she did not see. Oh yeah, and then the guy who was murdered, I cannot remember his name, but it starts with a Z. His wife said she did see somebody on the day he was murdered. So we're gonna remind her that she claimed nobody was there.
Am I right in thinking you said that you did not speak to anyone on the day Sir Carmichael was murdered?
It's the absolute truth.
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size. Glasses. Dark suit and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident, but he wasn't.
Yeah, the accents in this game are interesting. I'm gonna guess, just a wild guess, that these people are not French or Scottish or, well, sorry, Belgian or Scottish or English. I mean, she did lie. She was sacked. She was
You
fired.
also forgot to tell me that you had been fired.
You never asked me. It was Franklin who led you to believe that I left voluntarily. He's more chivalrous than you. I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin cannot go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston.
Yes, I believe she did that because she didn't want to get accused of theft.
It was too risky for you to keep these objects, am I correct?
Risky? What was the risk?
The curse of the dragon is upon you.
You know very well what Lady Clark might have said if you had kept these objects.
Indeed. These objects were gifts. but Lady Clark would have been convinced that I'd stolen them. By returning them, I put an end to such evil gossip.
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question?
That's not a yes or a no.
Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
So no.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
No would have sufficed.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Would she have married Sir Carmichael if he had lived? Well, he did find her charming. Declaration, she's a seductress. I don't think we have any proof of that. She is evasive. And he was close to her. He offered her a brooch. How do we get to these conclusions?
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she is calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
No, we're not Hastings. We are kind of Poirot. Poirot's the one we're controlling. Is the chat showing up on the screen? I feel like it's not. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be showing up. That's weird. It was working yesterday. Or not yesterday, Thursday. Whatever, I will fix that later. It's not worth messing with right now. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, we are Poirot, and Hastings is just there being kind of useless. Okay, is there another common point between the murders? Okay, so she had a stocking box. Betty's mother was upset that her daughter didn't get stockings. And there was a salesman.
It's perfectly clear, Hastings, perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest to Jop.
To Jop? That's not his name. Alright, we gotta turn the fan on.
Ah, some cool hair. Chief Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes, contact all the stocking wholesalers who may employ him.
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
Chomp.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
He has the important stockings to sell.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
You tell him, Hastings.
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
Maybe it's because you're a jerk and you're constantly telling him he's going bald. Post haste. So many layers to that joke. Okay, every time Poirot looks at a piece of paper, he looks at the back first. Like this entire game, he opens letters and looks at the back. And I have to turn it around for him.
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does indeed come from the same person.
That's his corns. That was an unfortunate date choice. Collect thumbnails that illustrate my progress in the inquiry. Go to the main menu and access the timeline. I'm not gonna do that. Compare this new letter with the second one. Oop.
Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects.
Yes, I'm trying to click on them.
Yes, this I is weird. Yes, the I. I have to find some other...
Yeah, that definitely says corns. Unless the M is messed up. But no, the M works here.
Yes, the A. That's right. The A character. I
Okay.
have to find
Is
some...
there a W in this one? Yeah, there it is.
The double... Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Hastings, he strikes tomorrow.
Make haste.
Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burned documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Hastings is just planning Poirot's murder. Okay, decipher the burned documents. How do I need to do that?
I've finished with this. Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The Alphabet Murder, a methodical madman. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations.
Fun. Not only does your first name have to start with D, it's both names. Because it was Alice Asher, Betty Bernard, Sir Carmichael Clark, Carmichael Clark. Oh, maybe I have to talk to him.
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
I don't know I'm getting on because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Now, down to work.
Oh, okay.
What of this needs putting in order a little?
Okay, so I have to stick them there?
This piece should be placed here. This page is finished. That's done. 3 more to go.
These are like the size of a Post-it note. Let's see, that probably goes there.
This page is finished. And that's 2 done.
Yes, Poirot. We can count.
This page is child's play.
Alright, now you're just bragging.
This page is finished.
Hastings over there just like...
Only 1 more.
What am I supposed to be taking notes on?
This page is child's
Oh, hush. Stop interrupting me so you can brag.
This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
Okay. So now...
A dry cloth. A dry cloth.
Yeah, I want to put this...
A bottle of solvent.
on the cloth. Maybe not. Maybe I put that on there.
A dry cloth. A bottle of solvent. A dry cloth.
Did you guys know that the cloth is dry? And apparently
cloth.
I cannot make it wet. No
A
matter
bottle of solvent.
how hard I try. Let's see. Can we? There we go. Oh my gosh. I did that like 8 times, right?
The cloth is now soaked with solvent.
Thank you.
Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis and optisis prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look,
Yeah, I don't know why they put...
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Yeah, I don't know why they put lines, like, each time you click it. It is really easy to just keep triggering it. Did they not say the murder was gonna happen on September 11th? Isn't that today?
Poor Mr. Poirot.
No, don't read it again. Yeah, that's what the calendar says. That's not good. Okay, read the documents.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. War wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia. Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition.
Oh dear,
Let
that's...
us now try and get our brain cells to work.
That is the name with a lot of D's in it. I wonder what that could mean. Okay, where do the burn documents come from? Dr. Clark's patient records.
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
I mean... Isn't the... never, I'm not gonna speculate.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
I don't even know
What?
which accent you're
How
talking
do you
about.
know
They're
he's
all...
there?
Trust
they're
me,
all
Chief Inspector.
Interesting.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Oh, yeah, Jap. Yeah, go for it.
Do your best, Jap.
You can count on me.
Hastings, everything is at stake. With a little luck, our main suspect will soon be under lock and key.
Ring, ring.
So has Cust been arrested?
Yes, the Doncaster police are sending him by train.
That is good news. But why so gloomy, Chief Inspector?
Well, when I told the hotel owner that he was sheltering a murderer, he collapsed.
He's dead?
No, fortunately, but it has taken its toll on him. It has to be said that with his name starting with the letter D, he had every reason to fear Cust. I bet he was going to be the next victim.
I love how excited Poirot sounded. He's like, he's dead? Is there another one? I mean, I do have his medical records.
Chief Inspector, I believe that I share responsibility for this incident.
What do you mean?
I saw Mr. Dunbar's medical records. His heart was weak. I should have warned you.
It's very honest of you to tell me that, Poirot. I appreciate your gesture.
Please keep me informed of his progress.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his bedside when the killer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt.
Just realized who Jap sounds like.
Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our #1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you were so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an
Relatable.
unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Jap sounds like the guy from IT Crowd.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
I don't know the actor's name. Richard. Is it Richard Ayoade or something like that? That guy. It sounds like him. Oh, I'm back in charge here. Just has that same like monotone drone. It's pretty great.
It is a very beautiful piano. Maybe Mrs. Marbury likes to play in her free time.
It looks just like the piano that was at the Barnard's house. Barnard's? Lady, can you please stop humming?
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
As it should be.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
I mean, can you stop a cat from doing what it pleases? Pretty sure you can't.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jap told me that you might be coming.
Get annoyed seeing her peel potatoes. How dare you? How dare you, lady?
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
Ooh.
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for
She's,
some time,
she wants
but
to be
he appeared so
famous.
harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cust left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Circumstantial, lady. That's a huge leap. Yeah, I don't think they made that public knowledge. How did you know about the ABC?
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Pretty
Well,
suspicious.
what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Gross.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
Can't recall.
Got used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
But you snoop in his room.
I remember one thing. Bexhurst by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cast asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
And you can only swim in that one town. That one and that one only. It's not like England is a giant island, it's just that one.
That does not help me much. There are hundreds of English towns by the sea. Anything else?
Well, I was only saying. I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
This lady is the worst investigator ever. I would also buy a newspaper if that was how I got information about a serial killer.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
I will, thank you.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
Well, I'm pretty sure she's standing
I
right
don't
there.
think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Again, opening a book to look at the spine. Marbury Boarding House Guest Registration.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
I didn't even have a chance to look at it. Man, she's going to
This
town
woman
on that
appears
potato.
to be in a bad mood.
Black potato, apparently.
Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato. Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder? Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
That's kind of relevant.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remember to change the sheets.
Of course I changed them. I keep a nice clean establishment, I'll have you know.
All right, let's go upstairs. Ooh, more laudanum.
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me.
What's this one? Sedative.
Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Poirot's like, I'm going to use that later. Alright, let's look in here.
The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder.
Are these the
Most
bathing
probably
trunks?
the bathing dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands.
Bathing?
Trousers, white shirts, everything has been washed very well. All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. It's an ABC.
Ooh, knife.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This object would probably be useful to me.
That is a leap. There are lots of reasons to use a knife.
Cast is
Bullets?
parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing
Oh.
left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
I definitely thought those were bullets.
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes. I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
I don't know.
Something is blocking the ribbon.
Can I turn this? Yes.
The left-hand heel has been removed.
That implies there's a right hand. Apparently.
The right-hand heel has been removed.
Okay, can I grab the ribbon?
Something is blocking the ribbon.
This thing?
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
What? What am I supposed to do here? Can I not leave? Am I stuck? No? He said he wanted the ribbon. I have the ribbon. There it is. There's the ribbon. And it even says Poirot's name on there.
A long-bladed knife.
Yes. What am I missing?
And here is the ribbon. only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard.
What?
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
I don't know what happened. Well, I got the ribbon. All right, let's answer a question.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th.
All right, there we go. Can I leave?
It is now the right time.
No. What do I need to do? Search the room. Okay.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
Doesn't look that bad. Oh, his pillow is crooked. I guess that is a crime to Poirot.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Can I go now?
It is now the right time.
Okay, I got the ribbon. I looked at his unmade bed. What do we have over here? Oh, just primping. Oh, I suppose I didn't look in these boxes.
ABC guys. Enough to sign about a dozen murders. It's closed.
Well, good thing I have a knife. A murderer's
This
knife.
knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings.
Now you think of that.
Stockings.
Okay, I think, can I go now?
It is now the right time.
No. What am I missing? I looked in here. I looked there. What's
War
this?
of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. It is now the right time.
What am I missing?
ABC guys, enough to... The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
I swear I've looked at everything. Okay, we're gonna use... I can't use a clue. Wow, the typewriter puzzle was freaking out, so now I'm like, great, is this freaking out too? What is that? What am I missing? It's not.
It is not the right time.
I can't leave. I'm stuck here forever. It won't let me. Oh, here we go.
This
Oh.
dark stain.
No.
It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
Also, if the people were murdered in 3 different cities, why would there be blood in this room?
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Poirot.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes. I had best talk to Job.
Chop.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Was it possible for Cust to have killed the 3 victims? We know he was in Charleston. All the letters sent to Poirot came from his typewriter. We know he was in Bexel. Are there any common points between Cust and the killer? Is his behavior suspicious? He lied and he had blood on him. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can you talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
Did a bomb
He
just
may
go
have done
off
the murders in an
upstairs?
altered state.
Oh, you can't see
A
it.
familiar situation.
My
It's not enough
video's
to
in
clear
the
his
way.
name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
My video's in the way, but at the top of the stairs there was just like a bright white light. Okay. Go to Scotland Yard. Oh, can I look at this?
I've been going past this modest guest house for so long. I would never have thought that the ABC case would lead me here.
Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break and then we will go. They're basically the same thing. And then we'll go to Scotland Yard and do some questioning to see if Cust is the one who done it. So, be right back. Alright, we're back. And off we go to Scotland Yard.
To Scotland Yard, please. This man is not in good shape.
He looks like an undertaker.
He is worried and very tired, and other police have been hard on him.
And that's not where he came from. He came from Doncaster. Okay.
What do you want from me?
Well, Poirot never turns down an opportunity to brag.
Good day, Mr. Cust. I am Hercule Poirot.
Ah, you're the detective.
What about those letters,
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
Maybe you forgot?
Maybe you forgot that you wrote these letters.
Yes, it's true. Sometimes I forget. Maybe I did type them.
This guy should probably have a lawyer here. Could you kill someone?
Are you capable of murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
You were in the army.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Oh man, we have a choice here. I mean... He was in all three places.
But you killed him, as well as 2 other people.
That's what they all say.
You went there, right?
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
He is in no state to reply.
Well, get the man some water.
Poor man. I am not going to leave before having finished questioning him. He is in no state to reply.
Well, I can't really question him. Oh, wait, I have drugs. Have some drugs.
Take this. It will help you.
Thank you.
I don't know if you're supposed to drink the whole bottle.
Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
So heartless, Poirot.
Yes, I feel much better.
My shirt's covered in blood. Good. Okay. You went to the town.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot, but not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards.
So it would appear that you typed them.
So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
He is prey to a terrible anxiety. Is it remorse? Or simply the pressure of the questioning and the train journey?
You know what's going to help with that? More drugs. I don't think
Take
this
this.
is a police-approved procedure.
Oh, I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Let us leave Cust alone. Is that...
And? What conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What do we know about Cust's health? Lots of drugs, and he coughs up blood. He's mentally and physically weak. Okay, are there any clues that do not support his guilt? I mean, that's not really a clue. I mean, he didn't have a reason to kill him. He says he didn't write the letters, and he had no reason to kill them? That's not really a clue, that's just an assertion. So I think this is... No. Yes, I'm doing this by trial and error because... Yeah. Okay, are there any clues that do not support... Oh, I'm supposed to pair these up. Okay. Maybe. He says he didn't write the letters and he didn't recognize Poirot. He had blood on him. Sure. Can we say without a shadow of a doubt that he's guilty? Not guilty.
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then he confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is Cust clever? I don't understand what I'm supposed to be looking for here. Mediocre. Oh, I'm comparing it with the profile of the killer. Okay. Self-confident, but Cust is shy. Couldn't that just be a ruse? Passenger timetable, maybe he likes trains, but Cust doesn't like trains. Killer is methodical and prepares his crime meticulously. Ooh, they're both cold. But he's not generous.
You see? Cust's character is quite the opposite of the murderer's.
Maybe that's intentional.
But if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
You know very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual repetition in the choice of victims.
Yes, there is.
Very well. You're right, as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry? What should I do?
Have faith. Just give me 24 hours.
All right, the field is open if Cust isn't guilty.
To White Haven, please.
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now, except maybe 1 or 2 details.
Details. Ah, mon ami. The devil is in the detail, as we say.
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear once our guests arrive. Best be prepared. Slip a revolver into your pocket before they do.
A revolver? But Poirot, what are you afraid of?
Trust me. It is important you carry a weapon for this meeting. I will lend you mine.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait 1 moment, I will bring you my weapon.
What? Poirot doesn't have a gun. Where would Poirot keep a gun? Can I not leave? Okay, there we go. Oh, why is the crocodile turned around? Indeed. Is it over here?
The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets. I have to choose the type of bullets to load.
Blanks?
The revolver is loaded with real bullets. I still have time to choose blanks.
Wait, I thought he said those were the blanks.
The revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
Oh no. I feel like this choice is gonna have consequences.
The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets.
Yeah, the white ones. Whatever, we're going with blanks. Well, are we though?
The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets. The revolver is loaded with real bullets. I still have time to choose blanks.
No, we're going with blanks. I don't trust Hastings
The
with a gun.
revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
This decision might work out badly, but here you go.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait one.
Yeah, I've got it. Here you go.
My revolver is loaded.
Here you go.
Voila, I entrust you with my weapon. It has hardly been used. It is almost new. Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
Have you checked the typewriter?
And the packaging, the letter, and the ribbon reel. We've only found prints left by Cust and his landlady.
Well, never mind, I shall make do.
So, are you still going to hold your meeting?
Of course, Chief Inspector. I can hear my guest coming up the stairs.
Why have you brought us here, Mr. Poirot?
Since Cust's arrest, I thought it was all done and dusted. Miss Gray formally identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw drove the same brand as the ones found at my aunt's.
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open. And one question is, why did the murderer send me his letters? Why did he challenge me, Hercule Poirot?
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
Xenophobia? Maybe he didn't like you because you're foreign.
I may be wrong, but maybe by provoking you, he was looking for glory?
All these theories should be studied. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Maybe Poirot did it. Why did the murderer make a mistake in the address? Oh yeah, so the third letter didn't arrive until the day of the murder because it was sent to the wrong place. Okay. So the error caused it to be delivered late. I'm really bad at these. I don't really understand how they're supposed to add up. The body was still warm, which meant the letter's late arrival saved the murderer. Because it was delivered late. Okay. Am I really gonna have to trial and error this one too? Because I just don't understand how it's supposed to line up. Skill issue. It's gonna take forever. No. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Okay. Why did the murderer make a mistake? Yeah, I really don't understand what they're asking. I don't know what they want. Like, there's so many ways that this could be interpreted. I can't get a clue on these either. Why did they make a mistake? So they always warned him. But the error caused it to be delivered late. Okay, I might need some assistance. Anybody has any ideas? Throw them in the chat. Definitely figured that on my own without any help. The mistake was intentional. You wrote to Poirot because his address is not very... Why would he do that?
Is everything clear now?
No.
You might like to explain your reasoning again.
Please.
Of course. First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churston, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked if he'd sent it to Scotland Yard or the papers because everybody knows their addresses. The mistake would have been corrected and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least one of the letters to have a wrong address and get lost. It was very cunning.
Absolument. It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating murderer.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
You are quite right, mademoiselle. Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
Do madmen... I mean, if he's mad, he might have two very different sides.
No doubt. But the murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of the psychopath.
But if Cust is not guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Mr. Clark, the answer to your question is in the medical records of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Boy. What do we know about Cust? I'm so bad at these puzzles. I just don't get what they're asking me for. Well, I guess that's not about Cust, so we can leave that one out. You know, just don't worry about it. How do we explain his presence at the crime scenes? He was a door-to-door salesman, and he took the train, and he bought newspapers, and he wanted to swim. Why is door-to-door salesman not relevant? I really do want to figure these out, but they don't make sense to me.
Dr. Clark's patients' records provided a very useful list of potential victims, sorted by alphabetical order. The killer definitely used it, explaining the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cust once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did he happen to be at the scene of the crimes? Either the murderer sent him there, or Cust was following him closely. Cust's highly suggestible nature leads us to the second hypothesis. The murderer was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cust to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan? And what would he gain from 3 completely different murders?
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed all the crimes. What should we take from that?
Three murderers. I mean, I know the answer, because I know who done it. I know. Well, you pick then. You pick. Which one is it? Is the murder is just one murder of interest? Does the murder kill for pleasure? Had they developed a taste for murder, or are there 3 murderers? There's 3 murderers? Okay.
There is not one murderer, but 3 accomplices, who all used the same scenario.
Do you mean that 3 murderers with quite different aims joined forces to create a smoke screen? Here's another question. Is it still necessary to find a motive for each crime, and the one in Andover poses problem? Why was poor Mrs. Asher killed?
Indeed. It would be best to forget the theory.
Not that one. Do you have another guess? No. That's okay. You know, we're gonna go with... We're gonna save some time here. It's just one murder is of interest.
Just one murder was of benefit to the murderer. The others were just diversions. On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of interest, and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at two potential culprits.
Franklin Clark.
Donald Fraser?
Yes, mademoiselle. That's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy. Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his large fortune. Both have a motive.
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
Oh yeah, his firm worked for him.
He works for Court and Brunskill, one of whose clients was Sir Carmichael.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comeside.
You could have done it, and you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
You or Mr. Franklin Clark?
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay, psychological profile. Is Donald clever? Yeah, he is pretty clever. Bright man with a promising career. Is he sure of himself? No, not really. Is Donald a seducer? Is that a real word? Seducer? Does he like trains? Yep, he does like trains. Is he impulsive? He's quick-tempered. Neither of these things have to do with being impulsive. Like, anyway. Is he generous? Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his cold indifference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Right, I suppose it's my turn to be subjected to the same scrutiny.
Yep.
Absolument, Mr. Clark.
Here we go. More matching.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is he clever? Yes. Is he self-confident? No. Oh, I guess it says sure of himself right there. Is he a seducer? That word still seems wrong. Does he like trains? Well, you know, he had a book about them when he was a kid, so clearly he loves trains. Is he impulsive? He's cold. And is he generous? Yes.
As you have all seen, there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up. Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance is lawfully mine. I just have to wait.
No, you had to act quickly.
It was
Because of Miss Grey. Mademoiselle, although you haven't been telling the truth, there is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Grey had children by your brother, you would not have inherited a thing. You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action. In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit. You, Mr. Clark.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter. We know that for sure.
Oh no, you know perfectly well. That is not true. Eh bien voilà, light has now been shed on the ABC murders.
Your theories are ingenious, but you haven't any proof.
One point to him. For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I bluff.
we're gonna lie. We're gonna say there's fingerprints.
One thing proves it. The prints you left on Cust's typewriter.
Enough.
Oh, of course you wiped the typewriter before sending it. But not carefully enough. Scotland Yard has found your print along with those of Cust.
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter, and why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to kill your brother?
You're gonna just
Game, set,
bring
match.
that out of nowhere
You
now?
win, Mr. Poirot. But it was worth trying.
Bum, bum, bum.
Don't come near me!
Oh, I guess it is.
I'll never let you take me, Mr. Poirot.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clark, there is no easy death for you. I expected your reaction, so I used blanks.
Glad one of us knew what was going on.
I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
Wow, cold, Poirot. Really mean.
Disappointed at having missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England.
Who's this guy?
Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married.
Why is the innkeeper or whatever?
On Poirot's recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better. And a few months later, to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again. According to this eminent physician, it appears to be an extremely rare case of spontaneous remission.
Or she was being
Lady
poisoned.
Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since. Journal of an Innocent. The incredible story of ABC. As for A.B. Cust, after being advised by Poirot, he made a great deal of money by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole of Yorkshire, even more popular than York Minster.
Well, there we go. We found the moiterer. Yeah, they added a lot of stuff. Like, the whole thing about the medical records. And I'm also fairly certain there is a fourth murder. So they took all of that out. Unless I'm misremembering, because like I said in the first episode, I've seen the made-for-TV movie and I've read the book. But I've seen the movie more recently than I've read the book, so I'm remembering that a little more clearly. And there's definitely a fourth murder in that. Didn't love those little gray cells puzzles either, mostly because I just didn't understand what I was supposed to do. Yeah, let's look at the trophy. Oh boy, I did not get enough ego points. Let's see what bonuses I got. Oh, I got so many mustaches. That's pretty cool. What was I gonna say? I wish at the end they would have let you pick who you thought the murderer was. Eagle Eye. I knew who it was, but they kind of just held your hand to get there instead of having you pick up the pieces on your own. But that's just not the kind of game that it was. Wow, there's a lot of these. Yeah, so you can ABC, play through and get all of the ego points. I knew there were some things that I did that were not Poirot enough, but yeah, overall that was pretty fun. I do have another of these games, the first cases, so I'll play that one eventually, and then I think there is another one that I don't have. I don't remember which one it is, Orient Express or something, so I'll have to pick that one up at some point, but I hope that you enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna sign off for the day, but thanks for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye.